What if the one thing you've trusted your entire life, the observer inside your mind, was never truly there? Science hints at something strange. In quantum physics, there is a phenomenon known as the observer effect. A particle exists as a field of possibilities until it is observed. The moment observation happens, possibility collapses into form. Observation does not simply reveal reality. Somehow it participates in shaping it. But this mystery is not confined to laboratories. You experience it every day within yourself. The moment you begin observing your thoughts, something changes. A fear awakens, an emotion softens, a compulsive thought loses its grip the instant it is clearly seen. It is as though awareness itself transforms whatever it touches. But why? And more importantly, who is the one observing? At first, the answer seems obvious. I am. I am the weakness. I am the awareness behind my thoughts. This idea becomes comforting when life feels chaotic. Stepping back into the role of the observer creates space within the mind. Thoughts become clouds drifting across the sky instead of chains wrapping around identity. Emotions still arise, but they no longer consume you completely. For many people, this is the beginning of awakening. But if you continue looking honestly, something unsettling begins to happen. The observer itself starts becoming unstable. You say, I am watching my thoughts. But then another question appears. Who noticed that? Who is aware of the weakness? The deeper you look, the more the sense of a fixed observer begins slipping away. It cannot quite be located. Sometimes it feels behind the eyes, sometimes in the chest, sometimes like a silent pressure floating somewhere in the background of experience. But every time you identify it, you are also observing it. And anything observed cannot be the final observer. This is where self-inquiry becomes profound. Not because it gives answers, but because it dismantles assumptions. The entire structure of identity begins collapsing under honest observation. You realize something extraordinary. Observing is happening, but there is no separate observer doing it. Just as seeing happens through the eyes without a tiny person sitting behind them, awareness happens naturally without a central self controlling it. There is no solid watcher hidden somewhere inside the body. There is only the seeing itself, only awareness. And the mind resists this realization completely. The ego wants to survive, so it creates subtler identities. It whispers spiritual ideas like, I am pure awareness, I am the witnessing consciousness, I am the silent observer. But even this becomes mask, because the moment you can notice the weakness, describe it, or point towards it, it has already become another object appearing within awareness, another appearance, another temporary form. This changes everything. The spiritual search often begins by separating yourself from thoughts and emotions. First, you say, I am not the body, then I am not the mind, then I am the weakness. But eventually, even the weakness dissolves under deeper observation. What remains cannot be turned into an identity. It cannot be located in space. It cannot be seen as an object, and yet it is undeniably here. Consider deep sleep. Many people ask, if awareness is always present, why do I disappear in sleep? But did you ever actually experience your own absence? No. You only experienced waking up again. Think about it. What disappears in deep sleep is not being itself, but mental activity. Thought stop, memories pause, the sense of being a separate person temporarily dissolves, but existence itself remains untouched. Otherwise, what returned upon awakening? Presence was still there, but without identity, without narrative, without an observer claiming ownership. This reveals something essential. Awareness does not depend on experience. It remains whether thoughts appear or not. It remains whether perception is active or silent. It remains even when the idea of me disappears completely. The mistake is believing awareness needs a center, a location, personal owner. But if you investigate directly, no center can truly be found. Try this now. Pause for a moment and notice the simple feeling that you exist. Not your name, not your story, just the raw sense of I am. Now, ask yourself, where exactly is this I? Is it behind the eyes, in the chest, somewhere in the head? Search gently. You may notice a subtle sensation somewhere in the body that feels like the center of me. But the moment you observe that sensation, another question emerges. From where are you observing it? If you can notice the center, then the center itself is being perceived. So it cannot be the final observer. Each time you look deeper, the eye retreats further. First, it seemed to be the body, then the mind, then the weakness, then pure awareness itself. But eventually, every position collapses because each one becomes observable. And anything observable is not the ultimate truth of what you are. What remains is impossible to grasp mentally. Not a thing, not a location, not an identity. Only clear knowing without an owner. Pure seeing without a seer. This is why observer can never truly be found. Every version of it becomes another appearance inside awareness, another shape the mind creates in order to perceive a sense of self. Even the spiritual self dissolves, and when that happens, silence begins. Not dead silence, not emptiness, but a living stillness beyond thought, a presence that cannot be captured in words because it exists prior to language itself. The mystics Nisargadatta Maharaj once said that the weakness is only a reflection of the real, like the moon reflected on still water. The weakness appears when the mind becomes quiet enough to mirror reality clearly. But the moon was never inside the water, and awareness was never inside the mind. The weakness is not the final truth, it is only a doorway. Eventually, even that doorway disappears. Then there is no observer, no center, no separate self-holding experience together. Only this immediate, boundless presence, silent, unclaimed, infinite. Before I let you go, take a moment to sit quietly and simply observe. Not the world around you, but the awareness within you that has been here the entire time. If this message resonated with something deep inside you, then this is only the beginning of the journey. Subscribe to True Awakening channel with Thabang myself and become part of the awakening. Here we explore consciousness, reality, self-inquiry, and the deeper truth of hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. If this video brought you clarity, leave a comment below with the word awareness so others can find this message too. And share this with someone who is beginning to question the illusion of the self and the nature of reality. Until next time, remain present, remain aware, and remember, the truth was never somewhere else. It has always been here. Stay true, stay awakened.